Despite the mixed reactions from residents of San Pedro Town about the construction of the clock tower on Barrier Reef Drive, the structure is undergoing its final phase with the installation of its finishing touches. The project is one that was spearheaded by Mayor Elsa Paz with funding from Ramon's Village. But throughout the construction process, Minister of Tourism Manuel Heredia Jr. has been relatively quiet about the erection of the project. Today, Love News spoke with Minister Heredia, and here is his take on the project.
I believe at that point, I believe that the mayor had a job to do, and then after looking at the pros and cons, the council decided to go. Personally, I must say that even at this point, that I feel that looking at other municipalities and several parts of the world where I have been, that there is either an arc or something in the center of town I don't know if to bring attention or to really symbolize something in the heart of the city or the town. But I believe that the clock to me has anything negative at this point.
In an interview with Mayor Elsa Paz in October, when the idea was introduced, the mayor explained that the purpose of the clock tower was twofold.
Trying to divert the big vehicles to the 3rd Street, which is St. John Coral and Almond Street, right? All those dump trucks and big trucks that come, we're trying to avoid them to drive Barrier Reef and Pescador Drive. But in Pescador Drive, because it's a narrow road, and Barrier Reef it's a little wider, but I believe by putting that town clock on the middle, it will eventually will make traffic just for taxis and golf cars.
Love News has confirmed that concrete pegs are now being installed. Heredia says that this is being done because that stretch will be a pedestrian zone only and the vendors will be relocated.
I am not totally informed, but it is my understanding that it is the intention of the town council to block from the I think Atlantic Bank all the way to the Lion's Den. That will be pedestrian only, and that way then there is no need to be going by if you want to go close to the clock or around that area, then you need to walk. The vendors, it had been said from I think 2-3 years ago that as soon as the Zacachispa project is completed, vendors will be moved. There will be a space for the art and craft people over there. So at that point, vendors will be moved. At this point, tourists can still walk, people can still walk in the area. And Playa del Carmen is a perfect example of Calle Ocho, where it is just pedestrian walking. My personal belief, at some point, probably Middle Street, if we can identify a good parking area where people can park that is not far away, then Middle Street is supposed to be designated as an area for just people walking. Tourists will feel more comfortable. This is a tourist destination, and I think that it's too much complaint about the traffic congestions and so at least they're supposed to have the beach and the middle street to walk. But that is a decision that probably can be made later on.
While the clock tower project meets the expectations of the Minister of Tourism, Heredia says that the only aspect he was against was the scrolling jumbotrons.
The only thing that I have to say, and I told the mayor, is the billboard over there. I don't so much believe in that electronic one, even though it is not as flashy as the one by the airstrip, but nonetheless, and that was my only concern. But at this point, I have seen, after it is completed, tourists taking pictures in it, and hopefully people will come to understand that even though we respect the wishes of people and we listen to what people have to say, and at the end of the day, we have to look at a consensus or at the majority. What is the feeling of the majority?
As is customary with projects on the island, the clock tower will be inaugurated on December 31st, with the clock serving as the countdown indicator, and a large display of fireworks will ensue. This report is sponsored by Grand Belizean Estates. Reporting for Love News from San Pedro Town, I am Maria Novella.